Like we have already said, that all this we have now, they are our walls. We have not created any openings here, they are our walls. So what I will do is select everything here and come here and put it on the wall layers. Now they are on the wall layer. And one thing again is that if you look at the walls again, you discover that the line weight is still the same way they are, and there's no difference in what we're having on the screen. Like there's no difference to what we have in the previous layer. So we'll come here. Normally this should have an icon to toggle on the line weight. If you don't have it here, click on this customization button here and look for line weight and check it. This is line weight. I'm checking this and close the customization again. And this is now the icon for the line weight. You can show or hide line weight. Now it is grayed out. That is showing us that it is off. Like it is telling us it is off. When you click on it, it shows that it is on. Now we can see that weight has been added to our line, and this is indicating that we have walls now. We are using this to donate wall. And if I click on it, look at the layer panels now and see what I have now. It's telling me that the layer I selected is wall. That is all about layers. So now I'll start creating openings in the building. So I'll start the openings by doing door openings before we go to window opening. Now we'll take them one by one. In our we'll have different types of doors for the building. In our kitchen, we have 2 doors in our kitchens, like it is indicated in our drafting. In our sketch, we have 2 doors in the kitchen. This is one door, this is another door. And in the laundry, we have 2 doors again. In the store, we have 1 door. In the terrace here, leading to the dining, we have 1 door. In the living room here, we also have double door here. In the ante room, we have double door. In the toilets, we have 1 door in all the toilets, and we also have 1 door leading to the room. So one thing again is that we have all the doors we have in this building now are of different dimensions. So since we are starting with the kitchen here now, in the building now we have doors with different dimensions. So the dimensions we'll start with is the double door. The double door has a dimension of 2, 1 by 1, 2. The single door in the kitchen, leading to the kitchen from the dining and to the laundry and to the guest room, the single doors are 2, 1 by 900. This single door leading to the store and to all the toilets, we have them to be 2, 1 by 750. So let's start by creating the openings. We'll start from the kitchen. And one principle of door is that the door, when it opens, it flushes with the wall. So we'll start from the kitchen. We'll first know what is the dimension from here to here. We'll pick our dimension line, our dimension command. Measure what we have here. We have 1075. From here, we trim off this wall and create an opening of 900 there. So to do this now, pick your line command, line. After that, type in TK, which is temporary tracking, and click here for first tracking point, and move to your right and type in 900 to specify the next tracking point. When you are done, move your cursor up a bit and hit enter again. So I've created a line at this point by measuring from here to here a distance of 900. Make sure my auto is turned on, and I'll just draw the line at an arbitrary length and click. The reason why I'm doing this is to trim off this wall. So I'll use my trim command now. Select, shift this up a bit, shift and click this to extend the line a bit. so that I'll be able to trim the two lines together. And again, I'll shift here. Again, I'll trim this one away and its space. So if you now notice now, this line that is here now is on layer 0. So it's no more on wall layer. So to take it back to the wall layer, I'll use match properties command, click MA, type MA on your keyboard and click on it. Select the source object, which is the name of the wall, and select the new line we created, which was on layer 0, and now we have it in layer wall. So that's the opening for the kitchen. So if you check the sketch very well, we have already shown the orientation of all our doors and the way it will look like. So just follow the orientation of the door in the sketch. So like I said before when we started this course, that the sketch will serve as a guide to us, so we should find it easy now to know where we want to create openings, and that should not be very difficult at all to do. So next one is creating one here again, which will also be 900. So I'll start from this point again and create 900. Use the same approach. Click on line, type in TK, hit enter, select this point here and move up a bit and type 900, hit enter again, and make sure your auto is turned on to make sure that the line is perfectly at 90 degree or 180 degree, which one you have on your screen, and click to draw that line. So use your trim command again, trim, I want to extend this line, and I'll be able to trim off this point and this point. Hit escape, MA, match properties to take this back to the wall layer, and that's all. So since I've shown you how to create these two openings now, I will just create the rest on my own and speed up the video, so you don't just get bored and watch me creating door openings. So you create your own while I create my own, and we meet when I'm done creating my own. So the guide is here for you to check which openings you want and how you want to do that. Now we are done creating opening for our doors of 750 and 900. So we are left with the living room and the ante room, which their doors are 12 by 21 or 21 by 12, they have a different size compared to the rest of the door. And now the issue here now is where to position the door. So normally we have to know what is the length of this place now. The length of this living room, like we said before, is 5.325, and our door is 1200. So if we remove 1200 from 5325, we'll be left with 4105. So if we divide that one by 2, we'll have something around 2000 something. So to do that now, I'll just do an offset of 2000 from here to place my door at this distance here now. I don't want my door to be at the middle. So if I measure here now to this place, I'm having 5325. So what I will do is measure 15 from this side, and to do that again, I'll hit on line TK. From this point here now, I'm doing 1500, hit enter, and hit enter again, and click. The distance from this place and this place is now 1500. So from here I can now offset for my door, which is 1200, offset 1200, offset 1200. And the reason why we have 1200 is that my door is a double door, one big door and one small door. One big door is 900 and the other small door is 300. 9 plus 3 gives us 1.2. So that's why we have 1.2 meter for the double door. And what I can do next is try to trim away the unwanted elements and match this to this. What I have next again is this door to the ante room. I want the door to be somewhere around here so that I can have my window accommodated around here. So what I will do is move closer to this side now, and let me just measure 300 away from this wall here. Do my line command, TK 300, and hit enter, and hit enter again, and left click. So from there, what I can do now is I can copy these two lines here and here, since they also represent double door, so I can bring them here and delete this one. This is just a mistake. Delete and delete this one, and now I'll use the trim command to trim this off. So now I have the door openings in my building now. So what I need to do again is that at the stair hall there's an opening here, so I have to open that too. To open that, I'll use the trim command again, trim, and extend this and this, extend this and this, and I can trim this away, and we are good to go now. We've created the door openings now. So now let's create our window openings. We start from the kitchen like we start the door openings from the kitchen the other time. So now the dimensions of the windows are 1500 by 1200. We have another one 1200 by 1200, and we have 600 by 600. So the 1500 by 1200 will be used in the living room, the guest room, the dining room, and the ante room. So the windows that are of dimension of 1200 by 1200 will be used in the kitchen, the laundry, and I think those are the two places we'll be using the 1200 by 1200 windows. And the next type of window we have is 600 by 600. The 600 by 600 will be used in the toilet and in the store. So let's start by creating the opening at the kitchen. So we'll try as much as possible to center our window in the kitchen. So to do that, we'll measure. We already know, no, we don't need to measure. To do that, we divide our room into two. We know that our kitchen is 4 meters at this length, and we want to place a window of 1200 by 1200. If you remove 2 from 4 meters, you'll be left with 2.8. So 2.8 divided by 2 will be left with 1.4. So from here now, pick a line, TK, and do a distance of 1.4 and hit enter, and hit enter again, click escape. So you now offset 1200, hit enter, and that's it. Use your trim command and trim this off. Use the MA match property to return this to the wall layer and hit enter. So if you check your sketch now, we already have the positioning of the window. You can use them and follow along with what we have in your sketch. Instead of watching me create all the openings, I will have to fast forward the video again. So when I'm done, you see all the openings. So I believe you also start creating your own window openings by your side. So we are done creating all the windows and door openings in the building now. So if we check our sketch now, we see we are getting something that almost look like it. But now we have some chain lines in our drawings now. All these chain lines or broken lines, they indicate that there's an opening here, or we can say there's an arc here. So it depends on the orientation you want to give your building. If you want to have you can say you want to have an arc here, arc here, arc here, and this entrance lobby too, you can have arc around it, or you can just make everything straight beam, no arc beam. Do you understand now? So it depends on what you want in the visualization of the elevation. So now we create all these dotted lines here now. So to do that, we first create layers for it, and let's say arcway. So let's give it, let's click somewhere, something around, let's leave it at white and click OK. And line type, the line type now, let's look at hidden line, and let's click something like hidden line here, hidden here, or let's click something hidden to here, click OK, and we'll leave the rest of the properties the way they are. So here we can also do something like that here. So let's start from our terrains here now. So what we'll first do is we'll first trim this line away that denotes our wall. So we'll now draw another line on layer 0, or on layer 0, draw to join this, another line to join this, and select these two lines and take it back to arc. So we see now that we have our dotted line, but until we zoom closer to it before we can be seeing the dotted line. So we need to change the line type in the layer properties now. So we go to arcway, change the hidden to this, let's check hidden this, and click OK and see what we have there. So we still have our hidden lines there, but not so visible. So let's try and change it to something else again. Let's choose something like this. So you can leave it as something like this. And let's check hidden x2 and see what we'll have to. I think it will be better to go with the dash x2. It's more visible than the hidden x2. So we have something like this there now. So something like that can be created here too. Let's close the layer properties manager and draw a line here. Same line here. And do match properties. Select this and select the two. So same thing we have here. Use the trim command to trim away the line. First extend this and this, and you trim away this. So use the line command again, draw this, select these two and put them on arcway. So in our dining room, before we go to our dining room, let's just take care of this one. And do arcway. Use the trim command here. And use the extend command again. Extend this and this. Match properties. So in our dining room, we have something like that too, that is linking the dining room to the living room. So let's check and see what we have there. I have something around here. So let's use the line command here. TK the wall, let's give the wall 450 distance to the back there. Hit enter. Hit enter, and let's offset 2 meter, offset 2000, and trim away that. And this MA, select this, and this. So we'll draw our line here now. Match properties from this to this. So the one thing again we can do is to make this archway distinguished. Let's change the color. So one of the benefit of layer is that when I change anything, when I change any properties on the layer, it will reflect on all the places where I have the layers in my drawing. So instead of making the adjustment or the modification one by one, everything will be adjusted all at once. So I'm changing the color to, let me choose something like this yellow here. Index color 2, and click OK. Now you can see everything has changed in the drawing. Now that we have created our openings and we've created layers and archways, the next thing we want to do now is to place our windows and doors into the plans.